Okay, we have a Nintendo Switch. Let's check out our port. Okay, we have 2 bent pins. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay, yep, 2 bent pins in the back. So it does not look like they're touching, so we might get lucky and it just be a port job, but we never make the assumption until we get the port off and do measurements. In order to do that, we must disassemble. Okay, we have it disassembled enough to begin port removal. We'll do the same thing we always do. We'll flood with low melt and take it off. Okay, we're going to do some measurements. We're going to go ahead and flip the board because everything we will be doing from now on will be on the other side. That is still quite warm. Okay. Let's prep for measurements. Okay. Let's make sure we are connected. Grab our probes, red on ground. Okay, so first thing we're going to measure is the cap for P13 USB. And that seems fine. Alright. And what I'm looking for on this chip is anything leading to the chip, really. It's not always 100% of the case. I think there is one up here that goes to ground, but generally speaking, if you see a trace going to the chip, that's the side you don't want to be on ground. That one seems okay. That one seems okay. Okay, like this one is actually a ground, but this one is not. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. Oops, I was accidentally touching that one. Okay. Everything on M92 seems okay. We'll move up here to the MOSFETs area. Okay, everything seems okay there. Check our little filter. Okay, now we're going to move up and check this little filter. Okay, I'm going to check our 15 volt. It's fine. Now we're going to check around BQ24193. Okay. Okay. Everything looks good there. I'll flip it over and check around P13 USB. You have to go through these troubleshooting exercises every time. No use wasting a port on something that's got other damage until you know you can fix the other damage. We want these to be continuous straight through, not side to side. Okay, find us ourselves a ground pad. This is signal side, and seems fine. Okay, everything looks pretty good. We'll do a quick visual once over, just to make sure there's nothing obviously standing out here. I do occasionally forget to do just a basic inspection too, just to make sure there's nothing else could cause problems. And I see nothing else, so we will prep for a new port. Okay, I think we're about ready for a test. See how we did. Okay. I'm not liking that. That's unusual. Let's say that's unusual behavior. Might still end up having another problem. Okay, let's put it back together enough to test, but yeah, that seems a little unusual. Okay, we are ready to perform a test with our known good battery. Should be fully charged now. Let's not put it in backwards though. Okay. Let's go ahead and try our PSU again. May or may not want to cooperate. Okay, we have full battery symbol. And that seems to be working. Did I not plug in the touch? I did not. That was dumb. Let's plug in the touch and try that again. I'll be needing glasses at the moment. All right, try that again. It does seem like it's going to work, but I do want to make sure it has touch. Ah, crap. It's plugged in. That was done. Hopefully we didn't screw anything up. All right. Deglove here. All right, we have touch. Very good, and we didn't screw anything up by leaving it plugged in by we unplugged the battery. That was not the smartest move I've ever made. Don't do that, kids. Okay, so it looks like everything is up and running. We'll reassemble and we'll let it charge on its own battery and go from there. Okay, as you can see, if I get this, what in the heck is in the way? Okay, sorry. If I get whatever's in the way out of the way, you can see we're charging the Joy-Cons. I'm going to set up for a dock test. Throw this on the PSU. That way y'all can see what it's pulling to. And I'm going to take our, yeah, it's fast charging at 1.46 amps. And I'm going to take our OEM. Actually, I'm going to set up for dock off screen because I need to plug up the dongle and all that. So, okay, we're set up for testing on the dock. Hopefully it will go into the dock with all this cover and stuff on it. Yeah, it may not. Okay, I'm going to have to pop off this cover because I do want to make sure it dock syncs. I don't care if they ever dock sync it or not. I want to make sure it dock syncs. All right, we have green light. Let's see if we have picture. And we have picture. Fantastic. That repair is done. I'll let it charge for a little bit longer and then take it back to the shop. Okay, it's a week later and I hadn't posted this video yet, so I'll just do this as an addendum. It has returned, claiming no power. And that's exactly what we're getting, no power. Take a look here. Make sure they didn't screw up the port again. Switch you over. Don't see any obvious damage. Nope, everything still seems solid. Okay, well, I'm going to have to take this apart enough to do some testing, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're set up to do some measuring. make sure we are connected. All right. See what has failed. Okay. Seems fine. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Don't like it when things just randomly die. Okay. What is going on? Well, nothing seems to be dead. Okay. Well, my battery's full, so I'm just going to power it up and see. Okay. Okay. It is functioning. Let's see what we're getting from the charger now. Nothing. How weird. Huh. I am actually suspecting the port again. Now, let me try my OEM charger just real quick. Just in case it doesn't like the PSU. Whoa. Okay, now it's seeing it. Yeah, well, it was for a second. Yeah, it's seeing it again. Okay. Strange. Alright. Let me pull mine and power down. And pull my battery. Put those back in. What if it was just glitching? Okay, now nothing. What is going on here? This is not making sense. Is their battery just stone cold dead? Like to the point it won't even recognize it? Well, guess what? We recently created a possible solution for this. So that we can find out. We're going to hook up our little battery board. We're going to hook up our unit and we're going to give it a little while to charge. And then we'll see if we can bring it up back to life here. What's going on? Okay, a little update. I managed to charge the battery up to about 30% or 31% or 32% actually. And it is on the OEM charger. It recognizes it, it acts like it's charging, but it's just losing percentages. So I'm not sure on this one. It could be BQ, it could be M92. I'm going to try M92 first. But first I have to contact my client and see what they want me to do. Back. Okay, it's several days later. We've gotten approval to proceed with the false charging problem, so we'll get to it. Okay, so we know this is false charging. I just double checked it just to be sure that it's doing the same thing, and it is. So we're just going to go straight for the M92 T36. Okay, I think we're ready to perform a quick test. Let's go back to bench. Let's grab our charger or our PSU. We're still getting 0.01. Why are we still getting 0.01? With the new M92. What is going on? Okay, that's disconcerting. Maybe it's not the M92. I was pretty sure it was going to be. Our port change went fine on the first go around, so I'm a little confuzzled as to what's going on. What is going on with you? I may have to reflow this connector. It sure doesn't seem like there's anything going on with the charging circuit. That will be a first in a long time. No, I'm not trying to take it off. I just want to reflow it. That will be a first in a long time where I didn't do a good connector. I will owe this customer an apology. If this turns out to be the case, Alright. Of course, I did have a couple of cases last week where my weller was crapping out on me, so I can't remember if this was one. I'll have to go over the footage and find out. Grab my ceramics. We are going to reflow this guy. All right. Now let's see what happens. We're still at 0.01. Why are we still at 0.01? What is going on here? Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here. This one has me a little confused. Pretty certain my chip is fine. Which at this rate, their chip could have been fine too. I'm going to have to bust out the breakout board. I'm going to have to bust out the breakout board and see what's going on, because we should be doing something other than what we're doing. And this is not making sense to me. This is not making sense to me at all. Alright, I'm going to pull up the document. Alright, everything is fine on the port. So, I guess it could be that it's not picking up the PSU, which means I'm going to have to throw it back in the housing and test. Or, could be a dud. Or, could have a bad BQ24193. That's about where I'm left at. So, we will put together enough to test and go from there. Okay, let's test again. I just tested with their battery and I'm getting a big pile of nothing. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this go down a few percentage points in charge. This is going to be quite the Odyssey. And it did. It just dropped down to 98 on the charger. So we did not solve the problem. I guess next we will go after BQ. Okay, we are now set up for pulling BQ. I will be doing it from above. I put Kapton tape and copper tape over this one, but we will still use rapid air movement and point the air away from our connector as best we can. Try and pull it as quickly as we can without causing damage. Reason why I don't do it from above, from below, because I can't really, I don't have a way of situating it on this bench where I can actually see what I'm doing. So, and I've done it this way several times without causing, severe damage. So, well, let's get it done. That's closer. That's closer. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. Not exactly what I'm expecting, but this one's being a bit weird anyway, so let's see what happens. We will put it back in the housing and enough to test and go from there. Okay, we're kind of ready to perform a test. I want to perform a test with their battery. Let's see if we even get evidence of life. Okay. That, I know their battery doesn't have a bunch of current and stuff in it if anything went wrong. Okay. Alright, we're getting battery symbol, which is something we were not getting with their BQ. So let's see. I'm going to let it sit here for a little bit and see if it'll charge up. What I'll probably do here is I'll throw the back plate on just so I can have it sitting here with the face up without messing with the fan. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to stick it on charge and I'll come back when I have an update. Okay, if you look up there in the left, we're at 4%. It has booted up. If you can kind of see it over here. It's booted up. It's at 4% now. It's on their battery, so it is charging. So I'm going to let it charge a little bit more, and then I'll reassemble it and make sure it's charging everything and acting right. It was not what I expected it to be. It was not the M92T36. It was actually the BQ24193. So it's a good thing to note if you ever run across a false charging situation where it thinks it's charging, but it's not. That would appear to be I'm sure other people actually knew this. I just, first time I've run into it, so BQ24193 was the cause of the false charging. So we'll be back once we get a little more charge going, and then I'll reassemble completely, and we'll perform a few more tests just to make sure. Okay, got it back together. It's charging. I do want to try it on my Joy-Con and make sure it's charging those as well. Just want to make sure everything is working normally before I call this one fixed. This two-part job fixed. Okay, yeah, it's recognizing them and charging them. They're already full, so cool. I think that really that will finish up this repair. So hopefully it doesn't come back in another week not charging. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the equipment I use, it's down there in the description. I will add the Atten to it at some point. Thanks for watching. See you next time.